are at Mercia Marina, ready to pick up our new gas cooker from Midland Chandlers. So this is where the refurbishment of Dreammaker for the 2025 cruise begins. So let's see whether we can fit that cooker in the car. There we are. Our new gas cooker has squeezed into the car. And now it's lunchtime. And you can't really come to Mercia Marina without stopping to have a little look at our old friend the Trent and Mersey. Looking quite full and fairly peaceful, but navigable, unlike the river outside Pillings. Oh well, won't be too long before we're back on the canals, cruising along. So here we are, back on Dreammaker. And here's the old cooker, which I've been attempting to remove, but I can't. I've hit a snag. Up there is a gas pipe, and I thought in my innocence that this would have a bayonet fitting just like a domestic gas cooker, but it doesn't. So I'm afraid I'll have to wait for the nice people at Lowe's to undo that for me, I think, as I'm not LPG trained and I don't want to spoil it for the new cooker. And here we have the people at Lowe's puzzling out Dreammaker's legendary wiring to see how to make this cooker light. And there we are, our new oven and grill installed by the nice people at Lowe's. Day one of trying to sort Dreammaker out for the 2025 cruise. So we've had the new gas cooker fitted. Now it's a question of cleaning her up, bit of painting, an engine service, and then we should be good to go. The first job has to make her habitable. So the heating's on, the water's back in the water tank, and so far no leaks, and we've made the bed. So that's a good start. Unfortunately, after a lovely weekend with temperatures up to 17 degrees, cold grey weather has returned, which is a bit disappointing because we were hoping to do some painting, but I don't think we will be doing that. I think we'll just do some cleaning and do some painting when it's a bit warmer. So the first order of the day is to prepare the bows for the new decals and to start trying to clean up the roof. Problem is they've painted them. Another day. Judy's been working at the cratch cover, which is looking much nicer. The roof still needs cleaning, but Steve gave you some tips, and that is the first ventilator. Not looking perfect, but looking a lot better. So I'm going to get to work on the other ventilators with a special technique that Steve is shortly going to join us to share with me.
There's Steve with the mushroom vent. Getting all that, wow. It's just screwing it back on.
No, I'm not. I'm screwing it off.
Oh, screwing it off. Oh yeah, he's screwing it off, that one. Oh, that's the one that's not on, that they've just done. That was the one he did yesterday, by hand.
And there's the man that does it properly. George.
Pete's still on the roof. Unfortunately, two of these little mushroom things wouldn't come off properly to put in the drill, so he's doing it by hand, but he's found a sort of polishy thing, so he's having a go with that. But oh, they're looking absolutely gorgeous now.
And there we are. I think you'll agree that that roof is looking a bit better. So we haven't finished, but we've finished for now. We'll have to lacquer those brass mushrooms to stop them tarnishing again, and touch up the bits of paint that came off whilst we were washing the roof. That's for another day. Well, it's another day, and it's actually warm and sunny, and that's painting weather. So today's task is to touch up all the little bits of the roof where the paint came off when we washed it. I don't think the roof's quite bad enough to completely repaint, but there are some little areas which we need to touch up. So that's today's plan. And we'll see if we get anything more done. Probably not. Ouch!
You're not standing up yet.
Yeah, this bit looks a bit suspect. Where's the other bubbly bit?
It's a bit there, it's a bit there.
So I'll have to do some rust treatment on that. It's the only bit I think where it's bubbled up there.
That's the sand in, we degrease, rub it down, and then hopefully paint it. Shouldn't need an undercoat, although some of it it's going to hammerite because it's gone down to the metal, most of it. That sort of thing. It's just down to the paint.
So Judy's putting the finishing touches. We've sanded down all the bits where the paint's flaked off back to good paint, masked it all up, put a bit of direct to metal paint on the bits of metal that have shown up, and now I'm going to spot paint the little areas, and the roof will look like it's got measles, but hopefully as the paint dries it'll all meld in. Cheaper and quicker than a complete repaint, and as I said, I don't think it really needs one quite yet.
Rest of it. Time to paint over the patches. Quite a lot of them.
So there we are. We've done the patches. We've sort of done the strip down the side, and now it's time for the paint to dry, and I'll come back tomorrow and hopefully put the finishing touches on, and that'll be the roof done for now. Right, well, it's another gorgeous day. Roof touching up's going well, but we noticed that the green paint we used for touching up was a different green to the paint that had been used on that stripe. So it's all masked up, and I'm going to go over it with a fresh layer of green paint, and then there's a little bit more touching up of the grey roof, then I think we'll just leave things to dry for a while and see where we are. So I'd best get to it.
That down. I then gave it 2 coats of grey undercoat.
Yeah.
Nib that down.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, I think it just had 1 coat of white on the roof. And in hindsight, I should have gave it 2.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see these boat painters, they give it 3 or 4, and it's
They'll
like,
just paint and paint and paint, don't they? Yeah.
does it make it any better, or?
I don't know. I don't know. As I say,
It certainly don't stop you scuffing the sides, does it?
I just get some cheap black direct-to-metal paint and just go over them every so often.
Yes.
It'll be off in a couple of days, so there's no point spending money on
This
it.
is
there?
it.
Yeah. No point spending money on expensive paint to get scraped off in the next
definitely
look. Same with 2-pack. Some people get 2-pack above the gunnels, and you think, what's the point of? Oh yes. What's the point of spending money on 2-pack just to get it scraped off?
No.
As a woman said to us in Sawley, we shared the locks down, she said, this boat's held together by hammerite and rust. Well, that's as much as I can do today. I'll let it dry thoroughly, and there's a final little bit of touching up, and then that's as good as the roof's going to get. Let's go and see if the engine will start. Hasn't been started for a while. Bit smoky. Parish shires always are. Smoke's gone now, pretty much. So we'll let that run for half an hour while I tidy up. And here's another view of the roof from the helmsman position. Those measles will go away gradually as the paint sets and weathers in. But I think the green line down the side is looking pretty good. Well, I think I'll leave you here at Pillings in the middle of our preparations for cruising. I think the roof renovation for now is pretty much done, but lots more to do. Engine service, fuel filter change, new decals. We may even go out for a little cruise so that we can smarten up the sides. But that's next time. For now, hope you've enjoyed touching base with what's going on, ready for the 2025 cruise. And please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.